You want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Build it and they will come. This is a New Jack City, homie. Turn up your sound component wherever you are right now.
We jack up the volume, we'll be able to tell what you had for lunch.
The next hour is going to change everything you think you know about building your business, starting your business, and raising the money for your business.
Show me the money!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Reg.A Money Show. This is Ron Costa live in studios in Las Vegas with Miguel Dotriff. Miguel, how you doing today?
Ron, I am doing outstanding and improving as always, and what a great day to be in the Reg.A Plus market. My God, buddy, there are things blowing up left and right. This is such an exciting time to be part of this new Regulation A, Tier 1 and Tier 2, and all the great companies that are coming out and all the great companies that are considering coming out. This is just a very exciting time in our industry, Ron.
It sure is, and when you do a search on Regulation A on Google, you get a ton of results from a whole bunch of different aspects, and I got to tell you, my email in particular is going crazy. I get more emails per day now. It's like part of my morning is just taking about 20, 30 minutes just to organize everything. So it's in the right direction, that's for sure. So
it is going in the right direction, and as I tell people all the time, Ron, you know, Miguel, how big is this thing going to get? This thing is going to get really big, but, you know, everybody out there listening to us here on the Reg.A Money Show, as you know, Ron and I are bringing you guys information on a weekly basis that brings you the inside perspectives on Reg.As from professionals, from companies, from everybody. Our show delivers a lot of information, but you guys have to understand, and one of the things that we always tell people, this thing that's going on right now, it's in its infancy. It's in its infancy. You're seeing about 100, 125 companies that have only filed for Reg.A. I mean, there's still a lot to be done here, guys. So, you know, you got to be a little patient if you feel that, you know, the lawyers and the professionals are not coming around and the market makers and stuff like that are not coming around. You know, I could probably count on my hand, Ron, how many market makers have embraced the Reg.A. I can probably count on two hands all the attorneys that are doing Reg.A. You know, the PCAOB firms, that doesn't really change a lot. A lot of them will do an audit because an audit is an audit. But, you know, that's what it is. And I think, you know, today, I think we got a very exciting show, Ron. I mean, you know, talking about –
Exactly. Yeah, because one of the things that you mentioned before about how big Reg.A is getting, and it is a big market, there's another big market out there that started years ago, and it's called social media. Everyone knows how big social media was. And, you know, years ago, no one knew how big it was going to get, and some say that even social media is in its infancy. So, you know, the good thing about Reg.A, Regulation A Plus that I like is that it really takes social media and you take that vehicle, and that is really what helps you create a successful offering.
That's absolutely correct, Ron. You know, when we talk about successful offerings, we always talk about the crowd. You got to remember that Reg.A came from the Jobs Act, the Title III, Title IV of the Jobs Act, you know, where it states that people could market to crowds, you know, and one of the best ways, Ron, to reach a crowd is through social media. You know, and I think that's where a lot of these companies, you know, because, look, guys, let's be realistic about it. You know, the most successful Reg.As that we're seeing today, you know, Ron and I, you know, are looking at these things very carefully. And one of the things that all these guys have in common, these companies have in common, is that they have a huge, you know, infinity group, a group that follows them and they know what they're up to and they know what they're doing, and on a daily basis are either following their Twitter, following their Facebook, or watching them on LinkedIn, you know, and then on the other side of that, I want you guys to also consider this. There are some companies like the CEO of Myomo that Ron and I interviewed a couple of weeks back. He did not have a huge following, right, Ron?
Yeah, that's why that program was really impressive, because he did not have one. He basically started out from scratch and became, in my opinion, one of the biggest Reg.A success stories to date.
No, absolutely, I agree. So what you guys are going to want to do here today, I think we have a very exciting show. What we're going to do today is Ron and I are going to break down the social media component and the crowd component of a successful Reg.A plus Tier 2 offering. Ron and I, today's show, we're not going to bring on a guest today because we got a lot of information that Ron and I want to present to you guys. And then, maybe in the upcoming week's show, we're going to bring some guests on that'll talk to you about, because we've already had Darren from CrowdFundX, who does a aspect of crowdfunding. Of crowd marketing. Let's just call it crowd marketing through his CrowdFundX. Right. So what we're going to do, and I want you guys to stay tuned, because what we're planning to do here is we're going to take a little deeper look into the social media component of Reg.A offerings and how the group or the crowd or your followers, your vendors, your customers, and all of those people are going to play a very important role in how successful or unsuccessful your Reg.A offering can be. So I think today, if you guys are out there and you're considering a Reg.A for your business and you're saying, Miguel, Ron, I really want to put one of these things together. I really want to put pen to paper. I think today you want to stick around and listen to the second half of our show, because, we're going to give you some information on that crowd and that social media and how to leverage those things so that way you have a successful offering. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Ron?
I absolutely. And I think that before we go take this break, I really want to just reaffirm that the show that we did with Darren Marble of CrowdFundX was really phenomenal. It was very, very insightful. People can go to the archives at regamoney.com on the Reg.A Money Show and search for that episode, and it'll really open your eyes. I mean, this guy, Darren, and his company are using artificial intelligence to generate social media investor interest, and I mean, that's something from Terminator. It's crazy, and these guys are doing it, and it's working. So that's the kind of amazing technology that Reg.A is using these days for these companies, and like I said, it's working, which is amazing. It's a great opportunity for companies that want to use crowdfunding to raise money for themselves. So with that, Miguel, why don't we take a really quick break here, and we'll be right back with the second half of the show. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect. Let's do that.
Okay. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back.